It's time to rise and shine. Yeah, we're feeling fine. We got Michael, Tomlin, and Mama Manning too. Bringing you the latest, there's nothing we can't do. Morning mayhem, it's alright. Sports news and the daily updates are on your style. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Good morning, Woodland, and welcome to September 26th, a drizzly Thursday. And it looks like that drizzle is going to continue a good portion of the day, and there could be thunderstorms this afternoon. But I think it does clear up later on after school, so we'll see plenty of the outdoor sports that are going on. We'll avoid any lightning strikes this afternoon. We'll see how that goes.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right, good. I'm glad.
It is an A day.
I'm glad that sounds good. It is an A day. It is an A day, and it's a full day. It's a full day. Let's see what's going on today. We don't have any college visits this morning. We're taking a day off from college visits. Woodland Media Center, you have your books of the week. If you haven't gone on there and taken a look at those, if you have, come and tell us what you thought about those books. Clash of the Classes, we have the lead is the juniors right now, and the next advisor is going to be Collins, Kelly, Corbett, and Samos. And we're looking for those contestants to post online to see who's going to come and compete on their behalf. This week, don't forget the pom-pom poll is pumpkin spiced or no, just no.
Pumpkin spice.
No.
Pumpkin spice.
It depends.
It doesn't depend.
Pumpkin bread, yes. Pumpkin donuts, yes.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice coffee,
Yes.
yeah.
Maybe
Maybe a latte.
A lot. That's what I do. I do
Okay.
pumpkin spice latte. I know, like pumpkin chicken. Somebody made pumpkin.
Oh,
like,
please.
no.
What?
Yeah, it was a recipe.
Pumpkin ravioli is
Yeah.
good.
Pumpkin ravioli's not bad.
That's
I've
an
had that.
abomination. That's
the-
not right.
Thursday is the first week of the first game for the NFL every week, and you can see the leaderboard for Morning Mayhem Fantasy Football. Tomlin's on top with the Saskatchewan Spartans.
Yes.
We have Zach is in second place. I've fallen to fourth, and you're in there too.
Yeah. At the bottom. 7.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, there's always a chance. Just like a
Well,
poker,
I
they
mixed
say,
it up for
share
this
a
week.
chip and a chance. That's all you need.
I'm keeping my lineup for the rest of the season.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Even on bye weeks.
Sure.
All right. Wow. That's aggressive. You think you're going to win a bye week?
I
That's-
mixed it up.
Next Monday is the Best Buddies after school program. So stop by to see them in room 117. Don't forget to listen to us every morning at 7 a.m. or thereabouts. Coming up is the Fine Arts College Fair, October 10th in the Woodland Auditorium. There's going to be several of our area colleges there. Today is chess day. It's up in 304. So chess players, go see Mr. Sutton in room 304 after school. And then if you're looking for something else to do on Friday, tennis. Tennis club's going to be out there. Of course, weather permitting. I don't think drizzly days are good for tennis. And thunderstorm days aren't good either.
Oh, boy.
All right, senior class, don't forget that your senior project proposals and signature sheets are due. Well, that was easy for me to see. October
Smooth. Very
4th, very
smooth.
smooth. Next week, October 4th. Make sure you have those in as well. Coming up, we have the Adopt a Skeleton contest. Going to begin October 1st out at Beacon Falls Public Library. Today is Lego Club at 10. Oh, maybe I got to leave. Oh.
Coach.
Yeah, Lego Club's coming up this weekend. And movie night at dusk, the Nightmare Before Christmas, we'll be playing at the Pent Road Recreation Complex on September 28th. So get involved in your local libraries and have some fun. Today in history, on September 26, 1960, the first ever televised U.S. presidential debate took place between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. This debate was widely seen as a turning point in American politics as Kennedy's claim, calm, telegenic.
You do need coffee.
I do. Today is coffeeless day. Pumpkin spice or otherwise would have been nice. Presidents won over the television viewers while Nixon appeared visibly tired, less polished, and he struggled.
But if you read the
was sick.
transcripts,
He was sick.
Nixon wins.
Yeah.
He was sick.
He was.
But if you read the
If you
Yeah,
read
if
it,
you
read
read
it.
through it,
if you read the television,
and that's one of the things you do is as historians when you look at the script of it, Nixon's actually giving solid information. But the turning point was his
Oh.
presentation.
Presentation
He
is
looked older. He looked
He was
pale.
sweaty.
Yeah.
Yep.
presentation
He's
is
disheveled.
9/10 of the law.
Kennedy
got
was
it.
tanned and relaxed.
Yeah.
And young.
On black and white TV, he was even tanned.
Yeah.
That's how perfect he was.
Wow. I sound more
nice.
like Nixon when I'm in front of the classroom, I think.
Oh,
Tired, bedraggled, sweaty. Modern pop today for the birthday is Serena Williams was born today on September 26 in 1981. Considered to be one of the greatest athletes of all time, dominating tennis with 23 Grand Slam titles. In the building today, our birthday is Lene Taylor. The International Day is European Day of Languages, and it's celebrated on September 26th. The day promotes linguistic diversity across Europe and encourages lifelong language learning. They all learn English, and
We go home.
and so do we. I think that's how it goes. Over the news desk with Tomlin.
And now, with the latest headlines, over to the news desk with Tomlin.
Morning, a couple top stories to start your day. First off, New York City Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a grand jury on federal criminal charges, according to two people familiar with the matter. An extraordinary culmination to weeks of searches, subpoenas, and resignations of top officials that have thrust the city's government into crisis. Staying in New York, the U.S., France, and other allies jointly called Wednesday for an immediate 21-day ceasefire to allow the negotiations in the escalating conflict between Israel and Hamas that has killed more than 600 people in Lebanon in recent days. Joint statement negotiated on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York says the recent fighting is intolerable and presents an unacceptable risk of a broader regional escalation. This comes as it's being reported that, let me get over here, that Israel is preparing for a potential ground operation as its war with Hezbollah intensifies, according to the IDF. Quote, today we will continue. We are not stopping. We keep striking and hitting them everywhere. Lieutenant General Herzi Helvey, the chief of the general staff, said Wednesday the goal is very clear to safely return the residents of the north. To achieve that, we are preparing the process of the maneuver, which means your military boots, your maneuvering boots will enter enemy territory, enter villages that Hezbollah has prepared as large military outposts with underground infrastructures, staging points, and launch pads into our territory.
Wow, he had a big quote. He had a lot
That
to
is
say.
a solid quote.
Yeah.
But it comes at a time, like I said, it's looking that the war will be continuing to escalate.
All right.
Staying with war. Ukrainian President
Okay.
Vladimir Zelensky is visiting Washington on Thursday as U.S. supports for his country's fight against Russia face a partisan reckoning in this year's presidential election. Happy news.
Yay!
Oh, come on.
A Japanese court ruled Thursday that an 88-year-old former boxer was not guilty of a 1966 quadruple murder, reversing an earlier decision that made him the world's longest-serving death row inmate.
I don't know if that qualifies. I guess that's
He's free.
happy. Yeah, I guess that's happy.
Happy for him.
That's happy for him. Yeah.
Congress on Wednesday passed a temporary measure that keeps government agencies funded into December.
That's happy.
All right.
So
The U.S. Senate voted 78-18. This comes after the House voted 341-82 in favor. It adds an additional $231 million to bolster the Secret Service. And it now goes to President Joe Biden's desk to be signed into law.
all right.
And there's your news.
And that's your news with Tomlin. Over to the sports desk with Mama Manning.
Here's a shot at the buzzer. Strike three, call. What a catch. Touchdown.
Time now for sports with Mama Manning.
Good morning. Good morning. Boys soccer lost to Nanawa yesterday, 7-1. Girls soccer slipped past Watertown,
Oh,
3-2.
all right. And we have someone here who's got some updates from the game.
That was close.
Dr. Mulligan, what do we have from that game?
Well, do you want her to finish sports first? Because I got a story to tell.
Oh, all right.
Oh, geez.
All
Okay.
right.
Today, Thursday, girls swimming versus Kennedy away at 4. Girls volleyball versus Torrington home at 6.
Yes, and
Yes.
we may see a little bit of history that time. Ava Biakini may hit 500 kills.
I said
Oh,
that in
good
class.
for
I said
her.
500. And she looked at me. She goes, what does that mean? I said,
She's
you're killing it.
yeah.
And she's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, we need to talk.
Too many
So-
puns.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I was like, I
That's
get it.
very punny.
The
Yes.
Sun won last night and a big game tonight.
Whose son?
Connecticut.
Connecticut Suns. Ha, ha, ha. Big game tonight. Giants Cowboys.
Giants, Cowboys.
So if
It's going to be
if
contentious.
I'm in a bad mood tomorrow, you know why.
All right.
If I'm in a good mood, you know why.
Don't tell her I have the Cowboys on my fantasy team. All right.
Cowboys.
No-
Shout out to
you'll
my
never
daughter.
know.
Dallas Chris is going down.
All right. So what happened at this?
Oh my gosh. So I came over to let Mama know about the game last night. So it was a big NVL matchup last night. Watertown versus Woodland is always a rivalry when it comes to girls soccer. Probably only unmatched by our rivalry with Holy Cross. But last night's game was a big game in terms of NVL standings and potentially state standings because Watertown is also a Class M school as well as Woodland. So both teams came into the matchup last night with one loss in the NVL. Both teams have lost to Holy Cross. So as far as our standings, when we get to the NVL tournament, both teams
Gonna be tight.
It's going to
Yep.
be tight. Both teams still need to play Holy Cross, but if depending on how things go, this could lead to either a first place or a second place going into the tournament. And obviously, you want to be in one of those two spots. It did not look good early. I'm not going to lie. We were down 0-2.
Wow.
And
In the first 40.
Watertown dominating the ball, lots of shots on goal. We really couldn't get our patterns in. We weren't really looking good shape-wise. And then we were able to get a goal before half. So I looked a little more promising, started to get the ball down the offensive end. With 12 minutes left in the game, Michaela Gasperi scored her second goal of the evening.
The equalizer.
The equalizer. I think I may have physically attacked Mr. Moore in the press box at that point because I was so excited. So I'm texting with my daughter, letting her know how the game is going. And, all right, we've tied it up. We're looking good. And with about 45 seconds left in the game, I'm texting her saying, game ended in a tie, but I didn't hit send yet. And thank goodness I didn't, because with 13.5 seconds left, Michaela Gasperi, for the hat trick, gets the win last night.
Come on.
I was poor Mr. Moore. All he's trying to do is keep the clock and the score. And I attacked him in the press box last night. I was so excited. It was phenomenal.
13.5 seconds.
They showed
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. They showed grit last night. They showed perseverance. They had a tough loss to Pomperog on Monday, which, by the way, is also a common opponent with Watertown. So now that we've beat Watertown, that will make a difference come states because Pomperog was a common opponent. And we both lost to Pomperog.
Gotcha. And they're Class L.
They're
right?
Class L, but
So
when
they won't
they
be
will,
in
yes, they
for the
won't be in ours,
postseason.
but they will look at your common opponents when determining seedings. So that was a big win for the girls last night.
Woohoo!
Well, I think we're gonna have to have Michaela on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, hat
Yeah,
trick. That was a hat trick for
Wow.
her. And her second goal, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty. It
Was
was
it really?
it was pretty. Yeah. So
And we just had the captains on the day before talking
Yes.
about the game and what they had to
yeah,
do to
it
get
was
done.
it was a good win for the girls. It was a good confidence booster. I think they were a little down after the loss to Pomperog. So to come back and beat Watertown, who is always a rival, was a great win for them.
Now, here's a crazy question about that. Do you think that the turf had anything to do with them
So
being able
here's
to
the thing.
accelerate at the end of the game?
For in the past and also with this year, the only difference for Woodland is that we've played our home games on grass. Pretty much every away game that we play, with the exception of Ansonia, is on turf.
That's what
So-
they were saying. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
said.
Right. So turf is not something new to them. Turf is only something new to them when they're home.
Right.
So I don't think it makes it does make a difference. We used to always joke around when like that ball would have been good on grass, because what happens is the ball moves faster on the turf. Your passing has to be more precise. You have to gauge the speed of your pass differently than when you're on a grass field. But the girls practiced on the turf this week leading up to this game. And I think that, they're getting accustomed to it, but I don't think it was anything that was a big stretch for them because so many of their games have been played on turf. And any of these girls who play soccer outside of the Woodland season traditionally are probably playing on turf at this point too.
Well, all right. So that puts them solidly into second place for right now in
Yes.
the NVL,
Yes.
and it moved them up in states as they move forward.
Yes.
So they're having a
And we
very
will
good
have
season.
Watertown again. And my guess would be we may be Watertown senior night. I didn't look at the schedule, but we generally have them at the very end of the season. So we'll
Now,
see how
does
that plays out.
soccer play in the power schedule?
Yes.
They do
I
have a power
believe they
schedule.
do. Yes.
So then
Yeah.
they definitely will play Watertown twice.
Oh, yeah. They'll play Watertown twice and Holy Cross twice too. I
Oh.
believe we have Holy Cross on Monday night.
Holy Cross at the end of this. At the
Oh,
end
no,
of the
Monday
season
afternoon.
Is
It's
always,
actually
Afternoon. yeah.
Monday afternoon.
Same
Yeah.
day that we have Darien.
Not this Monday.
no,
the
we have
following
Darien on
Monday.
Tuesday.
Oh.
Darien on Tuesday.
So what's
But-
that date?
7th.
7th. Yeah, the 7th. We have Holy Cross.
So it's wrapping up. October is going to be a good month for Woodland sports. It's going to be a lot of activity.
Yeah.
A lot of things hanging in the balance, hanging on the line. And with Michaela's hat trick, that moves the girls soccer team solidly into second place in the NVL. Thanks for coming on and sharing those updates.
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah,
that.
it was awesome.
And don't forget, on behalf of the show, she's Mama Manning. He's Tomlin. I'm Amato. Good morning, Woodland.
Morning mayhem, it's a wild ride. Sports news and the daily updates, we're on your side. Special guests and interviews galore. We're taking over Woodland Regional, we're knocking down the door.
Every morning at 7 a.m.
Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram too. We're streaming on Spotify, we're reaching out to you. Join the Morning Mayhem crew, knocking down the door.